Like 3 seconds later, she pooped again. Like a big poop. Like a lot of poop.
They're speaking their tweets. I have texts and screenshots to the niggas in here. They'll go from thinking he's the man to taking several of these. Just let it be, don't boost the purple, get the frontin' on me.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Malika Monique, that's me. I'm here with a YouTube video on, basically I'm going to be telling you things that you should know about breastfeeding if you plan to breastfeed or you are breastfeeding but are having trouble. Maybe you should just want to do a little bit more research before you just jump into it, because it is a lot that comes with it. And yeah, we're just going to get straight into this video. So number one is your milk might not come right after you have your baby or before your baby. I expected my milk to start leaking when I was in my last month of pregnancy, or at least my last 2 weeks, but that's not what happened. My milk didn't start leaking out until I was 2 days postpartum. The day I was leaving the hospital, my milk started to come. But everybody's different. Your milk might start leaking when you're 5 months, 7 months. I don't know how early your milk can start leaking, but yeah, don't worry, your milk's gonna come. And if it can't, make sure you talk to your doctor. I'm doing a video. No, seriously, I need to get this video done. Number two, it might hurt for the first few weeks. That's only because your nipples have to get used to the baby sucking so hard to get the milk out. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Like, it's normal. It's normal for your nipples to hurt. So yeah, just get some nipple cream. And the nipple cream, I think it's only one type of nipple cream, and I think it's it comes in a little purple tube. You can get the small or the big one. I had it, but I literally only used it for the first couple of days. After you get used to like latching your baby and stuff like that, you're not going to need it. Number three is, if you're going to breastfeed, just be prepared to feed your baby more. And that's because milk that comes from your breast is easier to digest than the powder milk that most babies drink. So well, it's easier to digest. I don't know if I said that before, but it's easier to digest. So you just want to make sure you're ready to be up every 2 or 1.5 hours, like 1.5 to 2 hours to feed your baby. And I was doing it, but I was also using the bottle. I was doing both in the beginning, but it was a little harder when you got to do the bottle, because you're super tired. You got to get the bottle and warm it up, and while your baby's crying, mind you. So it was just easier for me to just, feed her off my breast, especially at nighttime, which is what I did. At nighttime, I would feed her off my breast. So yeah, just be prepared to feed your baby every 1.5 to 2 hours, because breast milk doesn't sit on our stomach as long as regular powder milk was, like Similac, Enfamil, Neosure, whatever. Number 4 is, you and your baby will feel a different type of connection or bond, whatever you want to call it. Most people have great connections with their baby. For one, you're always around them, like you love them, they love you. You're always playing with them, nurturing them, things like that. But when you breastfeed, it's like your baby's going to be around you a lot more, I would say, if you breastfeed. And I don't know, like, it's just this bond that they have from the mother and the child when you breastfeed, that is going to be like your baby's going to want you all the time. Like, my daughter only wants to go to other people for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then she's like, okay, I'm ready to go back with my mom. Like, it's just a different type of bond, rather than because I guess, like, I'm the only one that feeds her, so she won't take a bottle, like, she won't from nobody else. And like, it doesn't matter if she's chilling when I walk in a, chilling when I'm not in a room. When I walk in a room, she's gonna be looking at me like, pick me up and start whining and stuff. So it's just a different type of bond that you and your baby would have when you breastfeed. And that gets me to the next one. Number 5 is your baby might not want to take a bottle. Now, I knew this before I decided to breastfeed, because my niece, she never took a bottle because my sister just fed her from her boob. But I was like, well, yeah, I brought bottles on the intention to feed her both breast and bottle. But when you have to feed your baby every 1.5 to 2 hours, it's just like, and then they're crying, you just like, okay, I'm not gonna, let them sit there and cry, because you don't want to see your baby in pain or in tears. So you're just gonna put them on the titty. Like, that's just what I was thinking. Like, I didn't want to see her cry. Like, if she was hungry, I was gonna feed her right then and there. So I just got used to feeding her off my boob. So make sure you're ready for that. Make sure if you're gonna do it and you have other things you need to do, make sure you give your baby that bottle, or wake up a little early to have that bottle ready for when they wake up, so that you don't have to have them stuck on your boob. And that's another thing, like, you gotta make sure you have the energy for that, because you're gonna be up every 1 to 2 hours feeding that baby. So just make sure you have that energy, and make sure you sleep with your baby. So yeah, sleep with your baby too. Number 6, and this was a big one. Like, you never know how much your baby is eating. Like, when you're making a bottle, you can do, like, you can see the ounces and stuff that your baby eating. Like, say you made a 4-ounce bottle and they only drunk 3.5 ounces. You know how much they drunk. But when you're feeding off the breast, and you don't really know how much they're drinking. Like, my daughter, in the beginning, she used to fall asleep while she was eating, and I was just like, okay, like, is she done? But if I would take my boob out of her mouth, then she will wake up and want it again. Like, so just, even when they're asleep, just let them eat, because they'll let you know when they're done. Like, she'll either pull her head away, or she'll, like, stop eating for more than, like, 3 or 4 minutes. So let your baby eat. Even if she or he is sleeping, let them still eat until they're, fully done eating, because they will wake back up to eat. Number 7. Was I on number 7? Yeah, number 7. It's this thing called cluster feeding, and it's when, like, every 15, 30 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour, like, it all depends on the time of your baby. Like, basically, your baby wants to eat and then stop and then eat. Like, basically, like, you might be thinking, like, your baby's never full, but it's basically, like, I don't really know how to explain it, because, like, it's like basically when you're pregnant and you just ate, but in 10 or 15 minutes you're hungry again. Or in 10 or 15 minutes you want a snack, and then in 10 or 15 minutes you want your lunch. Like, it's just like that. Like, your baby might eat every 15 or 30 minutes for the first month, and you got to be prepared for that too. You got to make sure you have the physical strength, and, like, you got to make sure you ready for all of this stuff. Like, it's okay if you don't want to breastfeed your baby. It's healthier, but at the same time, there's other things that are healthy. Like, so don't worry about that. You can not breastfeed your baby and still have that connection. Just make sure you spend time with your baby and play with them, and make sure you tell them that you love them and stuff like that. Number 8 is what you eat, your baby eats. And this is true, because I've experienced this. I was eating this Chinese food, right, from this place, and it made my stomach hurt. My turtle was going crazy. He be trying to stand on a rock, like stand up on a wall on a rock. So I was eating this Chinese food, and it had hurt my stomach so bad. I was on the toilet and all this stuff. I know that's too much information, but I just, so I was on the toilet and stuff, and I just hear her crying. So when I go in a room, like, she's upset, and like she just grunting, and usually when she grunts, she got a poop, and she pooped a big poop. If I said that right, I don't care. She pooped a real big poop, like, and then I'm like, would something mess your stomach? I'm like, it's probably the Chinese food I ate, and then I changed her pamper or whatever. Like 3 seconds later, she pooped again, like a big poop, like a lot of poop. So just make sure you're eating healthy, and make sure you're still taking your prenatal vitamins when you breastfeed, because your baby takes everything from you, like everything from you. That's why I was anemic. Well, I was already anemic, but my hemoglobin had dropped real low, so, and it was like dangerous, so I had to get iron infusions. So just make sure you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and stuff, because what you eat, your baby eats. So yeah. And that leads me to the next one, number 9. Like, breastfed babies don't really get as sick as like bottle-fed babies. Like, they don't get sick as much because of the antibodies that's inside your breast milk, like that comes from your breast milk. So that's also another thing, and that's another reason why I breastfed, because of the COVID-19. Like, after a while I started thinking like, oh, maybe I shouldn't breastfeed, because then I'm gonna have to, you know, like, I was doing my research on it, and I'm like, dang, like, I'm gonna have to probably feed her every hour, every 2 hours. And I knew I was gonna be tired, because I was already tired, like, when I was having her and right after I had her, because the hospital really don't let you sleep. So I was like, this COVID-19 out here, like, my baby can't get her shots right away, like, I'm gonna make sure I breastfeed her. But once you start doing it, you just like, why stop now? Like, I'm already doing it. So yeah. Number 10, right after you have your baby, your uterus takes time to contract and go back to normal. That's why you bleed for so long. But when you breastfeed, from the baby sucking on your breast, it makes your uterus contract faster. So your uterus will go down faster. I'm not really sure how long mine took to go down. I'm not really sure. But, and it helps you stop bleeding faster too, because the more your uterus contracts, the more blood comes out. So, yeah. So that's another thing. That's also a good thing out of it. That's something good out of it, not a bad thing. Number 11, you're going to be really hungry and really tired when breastfeeding. And I say that because your baby's like draining everything from you. Like, everything that you ate, it might not directly be going to them like as if you're pregnant, but it's like basically all the nutrients from your food is going straight to your breast milk. So your baby's just taking all of that, so you might feel more hungry. It's basically like you're still eating for 2 people. So yeah, and I say tired because it's time consuming and it takes a lot from you, so you're going to be drained because you're up then, like in the beginning, every 1.5 to 2 hours, and maybe like after a month or a month and a half, every 3 hours, which it'll get better over time because your baby will eat more in one sitting as their stomach stretches, and then you'll be able to sleep for long periods of time. Number 12 is basically a tip, and it's try different positions when breastfeeding, because you want you and your baby to be comfortable when you breastfeed. So like they'll show you like if you're like, say you're using your nursing pillow, it'll be way easier because your arms won't hurt. Like, I didn't bring my nursing pillow, like the Baki, to the hospital. So my left arm was so dead because she will only eat off of one boob for a while. So just they show you like the football position when she's like tucked under your arm here, and you're holding her head like this, and you're doing it on the side of the breast that she's eating on, and you can do that on both sides. They show you like basically how to arm cradle your baby, like how you're regularly holding them and feed them. It's just different ways that you can do it. Like, now, since she's older, I like to lay on my side when I'm putting her to sleep and just feed her like that, because every time I get up, like if I'm holding her trying to feed her and lay her down, she might wake up. So I just lay on my side and I just put my boob right in her mouth. And my sister taught me that, because like I said, she breastfed for a year and a couple months actually. So just try different positions, make you and the baby comfortable. Yeah. Number 13, I should have mentioned this way earlier, but yeah, your milk might leak a lot. Okay, I got a story behind this. So when I first left the hospital, my milk was I was only producing maybe 1 ounce, and only one of my boobs was producing, and it was this one. That's why she ate from it so much. That's even now, I will show y'all, but I don't feel like it. Like even now, my left boob is bigger than my right one, because in the beginning only this one was producing. And yeah, only this one was producing, and she will only eat from this one. And this nipple is, my left nipple is bigger than my right nipple, since she was eating off of it so much. So now she really just likes that one, but I still feed her off the other one, because you don't want to be walking around lopsided. Yeah. But I was pumping and feeding her from my boob, but I was feeding her from my boob more than I was feeding her the bottles. So my boobs would just leak everywhere. And let me show you all these nursing pads. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't even put that on my tip list. Make sure you get you some nursing pads. I got these from Target. They was only $8. I think it's $7.55 or something. They come with 60 in it. You can get the one with 60, or you can get the one with 100. The one with 100 is only like $10.32. But they didn't have those when I went there, so I just got these ones. And these are the best ones, because I tried the Medela breast pads. I think it's called Nook breast pads. It's like a black box and it got red, right? And I think it's called Nook or Newbie. I said Nook. That's a bottle type. I tried the Newbie. The Newbie ones don't stick to your bra. Yeah, the Newbie ones don't stick to your bra. The Medela ones are good too, but these the best ones to me. These ones stick to my bras. So yeah. And this right here, this what's it called? Lancino. This is the brand of the nipple cream, Lancino, however you say that. It's purple just like this, and it got this label on it. Yeah, this the nipple cream right here, and this the breast pads. It's the same company, and it says soothes and protects sore nipples, safe for baby, relief for mom, and it's 100% natural. And you really only need a little bit of this to stop the soreness in your nipples. But it's basically, it says ingredients: lanolin, 100% HPA modified lanolin. I don't know. But it's basically only one ingredient. And whatever this is, you can look this up too. Like the word right there. You can look this up. But that's basically, but you can get these both from Target. And you can get the storage bags like this too. Of this company too. It's all in the same aisle. We got like where the bottles and the pumps and storage bags, all of that is right like this. You can get it from Target. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, your boobs might leak. That's a big thing. Like, if you're one of them people who don't like to wear bras, then I will. Okay, so my phone had died, so I had to put on the charger, and I only had one more thing left to say. But basically, the last thing that I wanted to say was, ow, that hurt it. Okay, so basically, the last thing I wanted to say was that it's okay for you to mix your breast milk with the bottle milk, like any type of milk that you would prefer. Like you would make whatever ounce you want of the regular milk, and then you would put your breast milk in it. And that's also another way to get your baby off of your breast, or to transition milks, is to start mixing them so they can get a taste of each milk, and then you can give your baby both. until you fully transition. But that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if my comments run. I don't know why the comments be turning off, but I'm going to check that out today. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And you can DM me also at _Monique, MONEKE9 on Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at _Monique9, MONEKE9. And make sure you guys hit my DMs if you want to personally request me to do any videos. I'm just trying to start expanding my channel, and I need to have a set date of when I'm gonna post, because I always like say I'm gonna post this day and post that day, but I really don't, because sometimes my daughter likes to be fussy and sometimes she don't. So just bear with me, and maybe I'll post maybe once a week. I think that'll sound good. Once a week. I'm not sure what day, but once a week I will make sure I fit a video in. I have a lot of ideas in mind, but I just have to put them in a video. So just stay tuned for the rest of my videos. But I'll see you guys next time in my next YouTube video. Bye.